So many cameras.
Oh my gosh, it's almost overwhelming.
Okay.
I'm gonna just finish my salad.
Hi, everyone.
Hi everyone.
My holiday gift of the year is getting someone a Juice Generation gift card.
We like juice.
Wait,
That was your holiday gift to somebody?
no, I'm saying that's our gift guide of the year.
Oh yeah. They have salad too, which I'm eating right now.
All right. Hi, everyone. We're just going to let everyone log in and join. And we have 2 Instagram Lives going on right now, which is the Maison de Rouge Instagram Live and then the Dynasty Instagram Live. We only have 2 phones, so we only can do those. And if you want to join the conversation,
You have to get on Periscope.
yes, you have to get on the Periscope app and look up La Maison de Rouge, and you can join the conversation and ask questions. If not, the Instagram Lives will be up for 24 hours, so hopefully you get to check it out. Hi, Periscope Twitter peoples.
We're gonna be paying most attention to Periscope just because it's slightly more interactive. Is that a sound you are holding? It's more like I'm holding, yes, these are both sounds. They make the most wretched sounds when they're inserted. No, that was a candy cane and I'm holding chopsticks. Boost by this thing.
So thank you guys all for joining. This is the last Periscope of 2018. Dia and I will be off traveling the world.
Yeah,
and
I'm so excited.
A much needed end of year vacation.
It's been an intense year.
Yeah. So today is our last Periscope, but then we'll be back, of course, in the new year, like a week or 2 into the new year. So we're going to be gone for a little bit.
Yeah.
First, we want to say thank you for all those who have joined us through all the Periscopes this whole year.
Showing up every single time and asking thoughtful questions, or just showing up and being there with your silly comments and whatnot. We definitely feel like we've grown a lot through Periscope, and having all of you guys as audience has been really great, just to support us or just to show up. So thank you for that.
Yeah, we're very grateful, and we are also very grateful to all the guests that we've had on to the show, the community that have been so supportive and have agreed to be on the show and tell their stories for all of us to learn, and that has been really awesome for us. It's been a great bonding moment.
Yeah.
Just doing these Periscopes.
Yeah, totally. I think we've been able to share things with each other even, but also with all of our community that don't always come up in conversation, and it's so great to have this kind of like intentional space to be able to do that with all of you.
So we wanted to end the year, end the Periscope year with a few of our highlights, what we felt were our highlights of the year, and also take questions from you all, and then also give a little Kinky holiday gift guide, some of our favorite toys and tools that we pulled from our play space that we use. So these are items that we actually use
and that
often.
we've received from our wonderful people, whether they're colleagues or subs or just friends in general that know our kinky proclivities. So we wanted to kind of like give a shout out to all the people that have given us awesome gifts too.
Yeah. I always love it. My vanilla friends are always just like, every time I buy you a gift, it ruins my Amazon recommendations.
Oh,
There's always something.
It's like saucepans, socks, and lube.
Or they're just like, I buy you one gift, and the algorithm is all messed up. I'm like,
oh well. Don't buy it on your Amazon.
Okay, so so Dia, what is one of your, I'm going to be more specific in my question of highlight. Okay, what is one of your Dom sisterhood highlights?
Oh, that's easy. Going to DomCon in New Orleans and having a very psychedelic experience with you and Domina Yuki and Goddess Aviva. And, you know, that was kind of like the nucleus of the bonding. But there was all this other bonding happening at DomCon too, which made it so nice. You know, it just kind of amplified everything. And then having Pain Puppy be our, like, babysitter.
Our guard dog.
Our guard dog.
He's our guard dog.
Holding all our bags and keeping time, making sure that, you know, none of us peed ourselves and could make our way to the bathroom. And then the time when we actually were together in New Orleans and going into that weird, like, fast food mall, that, like, souvenir mall.
Oh, yeah.
And smelling all the sugar and then seeing vampires.
I was about to say, I was like, and the vampires?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's also more recent, too, which, like, my memory doesn't go back that far. Mm-hmm. So, this is very crystallized in the most recent, like, favorite times. Okay. And you?
Well, that is definitely one of my tops, but since you already said it, I'm going to go with something different. And honestly, I will say that doing our femdom gatherings have been really awesome. And the many that we did, our holiday one that just recently happened, and how many femdoms showed up to them.
Yeah.
And we did a little white elephant gift exchange. But just like the open conversations that happened during our femdom gatherings, and the support that all of us kind of receive from each other, and the guidance from those who've been in the scene, in the industry for so long. It's just really amazing to see all these women just like open up.
Yeah.
And feel like they can really support each other.
Totally. I totally agree with that too. And that would definitely be one of my favorites as well. Just because, like, everybody is so generous with their energy when they come to the femdom gatherings, because it's just femdoms and there's nothing else going on. It's just us, like, you know, drinking wine, talking about
eating cheese
and talking shop. Yeah, and like being able to have a space, like a physical space where you can exchange that kind of energy and information and guidance is so important, because like doing it online is like, it's halfway there.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as like being in person. So yeah.
Definitely.
Totally.
I think we all draw from each other's energy too, that, you know, just being able to hug someone.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much different than being online, and it's nice, I think, for everyone to kind of get together.
Totally.
Especially because it has been a very stressful year for sex work and for just femaleness.
That is so true. Yeah, it's been a really intense year for females and males alike, but you know, definitely a turning point for a lot of people who identify as feminists, or people that are non-binary, that are, you know, into feminine power. Yeah. So it's great. It's great to be able to gather for that reason.
Okay, so what was your session highlight of the year?
Well, going back into my very short and limited memory, I have to say that we ended with a bang with Big Baby G. When we turned him into a kind of like Christmas clown, and then made him into a marionette, and then we turned on the party lights and the strobe lights, and it became like horror marionette. And I love horror, and I love clown, and everything about that was like so perfect. And I was also kind of feeling like, you know, down in the dumps a little bit. I was like sick on my birthday and all this, you know, weirdness going on. And so that cheered me up, and like having it be with you and our joint slave was like the best way to kind of like do a birthday session. Yeah. And it was also like an anniversary for Big Baby G and us as well. Yeah. So it was a lot going on, and I'm just really grateful that I get to play with you, because because he's our joint slave, so it guarantees us like a double,
Yeah.
session every month also. So that was one of my very favorites.
That was super fun. It definitely reminded me of Home Alone, like when he has to pull all the things because they're watching his house and it's all shadows. So he's like, there's.
Oh, yeah.
He's like moving one of the.
Yeah.
I forget, it may have been a mannequin or something. And it's like to one of the songs we did.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh.
And so
I forgot about that
yeah.
part.
So I was like, this reminds me
That's
of
so
something.
funny.
So it was just kind of nostalgic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we draw on so many layers of inspiration.
yeah. And demented.
What about you? Your favorite session moment or session
highlight.
You've had a lot of like really fun ones with pups. And I have to say, like, one session that I was not a part of but did get to see a tiny clip of was when he was dressed like a baby. And this is also very recent. And he had his little hands were like taped up with red tape, and he was like wearing a one-piece swimsuit that used to be mine, so it was like very tight, and a diaper, and this like really funny backwards wig, and he had like this like unibrow trim, and he had the funniest look on his face because he was clearly not happy. Oh, there you are, Big Baby G.
He was definitely not happy. That one was really entertaining.
My emotional sadist was very gleeful. And I watched that little clip over and over and over on the train, and I was laughing like a crazy person. That was really fun.
Well, because then I also binded his legs so that he had to be in like this baby position.
Oh, yeah.
So he had his like legs out.
And his legs weren't doing that, and then you're like, how do babies sit?
And he was just like couldn't hold his bottle, and he was trying to like. Oh, I sent that video to all these dogs.
Okay.
And they were dying.
Did you add it to
laughing.
your highlights? I hope you did.
Well, that is definitely okay. So what is a really, oh man, because I have like certain people that I have highlights with, but a really fun one was Pups and I's splashing session. We did like this, and he made slime from like Nickelodeon.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just like tubs and tubs of like this neon green and neon orange like slime, and then like just all the items.
All the food things?
All the foods, and then we had so much sprinkles at the end, I just fully covered him all in sprinkles.
Oh, sprinkles are fun.
So he was just like full because it all stuck to him, and so there was just like full sprinkles everywhere. It was like the messiest, filthiest one, because eventually everything just became like chunks of brown.
Yeah, like all together, everything together.
Yeah, and there was just so much. Also, there was like pies, and there was cream pies, and there was pudding.
The food kind.
Yeah, and then there was like, we just had eggs. There was just like
Peeps.
everything.
Do you have Peeps?
I don't think we had Peeps.
Oh, no.
But then there was just so much, like frosting and cream and marshmallows. It was just like tons of stuff.
Yeah, I
And
bet that was
pretty,
sticky.
Yeah, so that was pretty like fun to get all filthy.
Oh, yeah. I think I did 2 splashing scenes with Creature this year, and
I like
splashing is like such a treat because it's so messy that you just can't do it all the time.
Yeah.
And the most recent one we did wasn't quite as messy as yours, but he had hollowed out these squash, and so I was like trying to cram him into the hollowed out area, but it wasn't. It just anyway. That's neither here nor there. Anyway,
also other highlights is
session highlights.
Yeah, is our humiliation flyby scenes.
Oh, yeah.
So I do these flyby scenes with a group of, I have a text message group that I send. Dia's on it, and a bunch of other doms, and a lot of vanilla people are on it. And all these women get together for once a week for the most part. to do a quick humiliation scene, like really like girl gang humiliation scene, and it's super hilarious. It's very fun because my client is very creative, and he is like, you can pretty much humiliate him in any way, and he's just very lighthearted about it. And then it's a great way for all of us to bond.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially vanilla girls who like don't do anything geeky,
right,
who don't like get to, you know, be humiliating, none of it. So,
and it's so nice that they get to let it out in somewhere, someplace, and then they make some money from it, and they get to enjoy it. The obstacle course. Oh yeah, I was thinking about those obstacle courses.
We've had a few of them this year.
Yeah, and I was also thinking about Yuki's slave, who like would cry every so few steps because it was so hard.
Yeah, because how many people went through the obstacle course? So Pups, Sadly, Big Baby G, Wrecking Ball Bill. I feel like
I may have done one with Munchkin. Maybe.
I may have had maybe one other person, but we like obstacle courses. They're quite fun for us.
Yeah, and we like to make them a little more challenging each time.
We just like putting like these very you're gonna lose games together.
Yeah. It's like watching videos of people falling.
Yeah. Who else? I felt like we had a few people who did them. Sadly went through it like a champ, because there were moments where he was like dying. I thought he was gonna die.
I think it has to do with his background in construction.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, what was one of your personal highlights? Personal life highlights.
Personal life.
Yeah, personal life highlights.
That's a good question. I can't really. Can you answer that first? I need a moment.
My birthday party.
Oh yeah, your birthday party was really fun. It was like a sex worker pool party.
Yeah.
You guys, if you could have seen it, you probably would have like
all came in your pants like this.
Yeah. Over and over again.
But it was amazing because it was like there was all these my vanilla friends and former sex workers and doms that we trained and worked with who have all, you know, we've all stayed really good friends, and then there were current, you know, sex worker friends, and there were like, you know, of all types, and everybody just kind of came together. And that was really awesome for a fun, like, summertime kiddie pool party.
It was really hot.
Yeah.
But it was really fun because you're really good at bringing different kinds of people together. And so you made it so that everybody had to be together. There was no place to isolate, you know. You couldn't, like, hide or something.
And it was like a really good mesh of individuals and people who were supportive, and, you know, I think that, like, made me feel a little bit more optimistic, I guess, about the world sometimes.
That's good. I mean, you kind of have to kind of create your own reality sometimes.
Yeah.
And that party was definitely like a really hopeful slice of reality.
Yeah.
To see everybody getting along.
Yeah, there was a mix of men and women and different
falling down.
Different sexualities, different genders, like everything. Occupations and just
races,
there was no races.
Backgrounds.
Yeah, there was no judgments, and everyone kind of interacted and talked, and like we're all super like supportive.
Yes, yeah, that was really fun. I don't want to go into lowlights, but my birthday party was kind of the opposite.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't like I had an idea of what it might be like, but then when it actually happened, it was like this cognitive dissonance of like, oh, that idea was from somewhere else. Like, I don't know what you know, being here was totally. We went to the strip club, And my idea was kind of just like, let's throw a lot of money at the sex workers, you know, like at the strippers and the dancers and whatever they wanted to call themselves. But I don't know that they really received us that way. You know, we were kind of like a big group of males and females, and some of us had a really great time, and then other of us was, I don't know, it was like mixed, or maybe just like a little overwhelming, or yeah. So that was interesting.
If it was private, like if we had the place to ourselves in some capacity, I think that would have been really nice. But I think the part that was really even more overwhelming was all of a sudden at a certain time, like all it was were all these men who like seemed quite like pushy.
Yeah, they were a little bit like entitled to the space.
And it was like all of a sudden in a small space surrounded by like men who were kind of like pushy, and it felt very overwhelming and threatening.
Yeah.
That was like
that was weird. That was the time we left.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about
you haven't done a
right.
highlight yet.
Okay, I did a personal low light. Personal highlight was, gosh, I'm having trouble. Like, I guess
you went on a trip earlier this year.
I went on a yoga retreat, or no, a yoga teacher training.
But you also went on that, I thought it was this year that you went on your trip, your ayahuasca trip.
Oh yeah, that was in February, and I don't know that I would call it a highlight. It was a lot of work. It was like, it was a lot of like physically demanding, you know, yoga, and then there was ayahuasca. There were 3 ayahuasca ceremonies, only one of which I attended because one of them was like way too quick upon arrival, and then the other one I was horribly ill with fun diarrhea, and then I feel like I had some kind of interesting experience in the ayahuasca, but it was like a little bit overshadowed by like all the mosquitoes and the bugs that were biting me, and how I wasn't able to really control my environment, and it was challenging, you know. It was like, it felt like a lot of work. I don't know that I would call it a highlight. I think like the highlight isn't necessarily a moment, my personal highlight, but it's like really solidifying who I am in this community, and being able to really be myself and become more myself, and of course like doing plant medicine has a lot to do with like me unfolding and stuff like that, but having the community and having the partnership that I have, more and more so to kind of like hold me in that space of like becoming. So even though I'm middle-aged, I feel like I'm having a second adolescence.
I think that's a really good highlight.
Yeah, it
overall.
feels better and better the more I live.
Awesome. Is there any other
like,
I guess
like highlighting stuff?
I would say in general as a La Maison de Rouge highlights, like for La Maison de Rouge highlights, what would you say?
I really enjoy all of the parties that we've been able to like perform at or attend as La Maison de Rouge, like as you know, a performance duo.
Yeah.
And we were at Torture Garden, and we were also at Kinky this year, and then maybe something else. Dark Venus, was that this year?
No.
Okay, that was last year.
Was that this year?
I don't know.
We already said Torture Garden.
And so like being able to kind of represent ourselves, you know, like having our house slave pops with us, and being able to perform, like the way that Lucy performs and then the way that I perform are a little bit different, but you know, kind of like being able to show people what we like to do, and you know, doing that as a way of like raising money or benefiting other people in some way, whether they're opening up or exploring their own sexuality in some way, is really like having, you know, human person to person contact is really fun for me. And I think maybe I'm a little bit of a performer, and I may be a little more comfortable, but the way that Lucy also performs is like usually she takes pups and she kind of does her thing with him that's like really heavy, and it shows a different side of the performative aspect of what we do as well, although it's pretty real the way that she whips him. which you know, it's like not everybody gets to see something like that intense every day, so I think like at a party seeing something like that is really spectacular. And then the way that I perform is more just like somebody comes up to me and I would do like a flogging or something, and so we were able to kind of complement each other during these performances and represent La Maison de Rouge in kind of like that more showy way, whereas we normally do like more educational stuff and sharing stories too, which I think is just as important. So that to me is like a huge benefit of being able to like do what we do.
I would say my La Maison de Rouge highlights are pups. Can you grab these magazines and booklets? Thank you.
Yay!
Is that I think this year there was a lot of we had been asked to be a part of a lot of I guess articles and conversations about, you know, kink and BDSM, as well as us being, you know, Asian sex workers and what that means,
and feminists.
Yeah, and I think there's a voice, you know, especially with like Crazy Rich Asians and everything like that. I think more people are, you know, looking at the Asian voice, which is really important to us. And so we've been lucky enough to speak about that. So some of it that we were in was Banana Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
This is issue 4, and so we were lucky enough to be in here. So
there's us. And this is about what is gender identity and sex work,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. And then our friend Yin is in it as well. So
mm-hmm.
that was really awesome. So this you can actually still buy on their website, and they have a lot of really amazing like articles and photography.
And they also did a mini documentary about Asians and sex work that we were also featured in, which is on Dazed.
Yeah. And then we also are part of this little, I don't think you can see it.
Try tilting it down. Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah.
The art of pleasures.
So we've had other people reach out to us also about, you know, being part of like their final art, their final artwork for, you know, graduate and master's programs and stuff. And so this is all about sex workers as well. And what else? We've been in a few things. I know that. We've been in a few things this year, which was really awesome to have people reach out to us and want to hear our point of view about these subjects.
Yeah.
That's been really awesome.
And we've also been featured individually in like Lucy's been in the Slut Ever, the Viceland?
Yeah.
Viceland Slut Ever episode of having a personal slave, and she was featured with pups. And then she's been featured on, you've been featured on some other podcasts, right?
Yeah, I have to, my brain is on low right now.
It's okay. Let me talk for you. No, but I've also been featured on some other podcasts. You were on Tina Horn's Why Are People Into That?
Yeah.
And then, like, something...
But I think that was last year.
Oh, that was last year?
It may have... Yeah, it was.
I have no concept of time. Like,
yeah.
and time is very non-linear to me, so it's just like loops and loops. And then I think this year I was featured in Tina Horn's Why Are People Into That, talking about clowns. and also, and I don't remember if this is last year. It's probably last year, but I was on the Witch Wave podcast that my coven sister has, talking about BDSM and magic and goddess power, and then I think that there's some other upcoming ones too, right?
Yeah.
So
I think there's a few things coming up.
So those are always really special.
Okay. Any questions before we get to our kinky gift guide? And when we get to it, you are definitely welcome to ask questions as we show these items.
Yeah, you don't have to wait till the end like you normally do.
Yeah.
Woohoo! That's your gift.
All right, Pops, bring. Yeah, we can bring those first.
First, we have. Boom! These were given to us by a colleague, and these
were loppier than
I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe the color.
Do you have a bigger head than mine?
No, that's just
No.
black is more slimming. So these toys are from the New York Toy Collective, which is local. And the model here that we have is called the Shiloh. And these are very soft and squishy, which
Do you
makes
know how
them
much they are?
feel most
These are-
real.
He's behind the scenes research.
And
but
they
these
have
are-
a bendiness that they
They're so,
retain their
like,
bendiness.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite
Yeah.
dildos.
It's very beginner friendly.
Yeah.
And for some reason, like the material, it just feels more real than anything else.
150.
These are 150.
150 each.
So this is it's definitely one of my favorites. I find that a lot of people find it quite comfortable to, take.
To sit and spin.
It's comfortable to wear with the strap on.
It makes a great unicorn horn.
So this is one that I recommend for those of you out there who are looking for a nice good old dick.
Good old dickin'. And they come in different colors. I think that they come in more colors than these, right? Yeah. An array of colors.
Array of colors.
These actually match your nails.
I know. They're like exactly. But see, these also match because pink and gray go really well together.
Okay.
All right, next gift.
Ooh.
Start.
Oh, yeah. Here's that one. You can hand me that.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, this actually is a gift that was from my slave pain pups. So this here is the Fetters like leather bondage boots. I really love these because so you can bondage people's feet, you can kind of like bondage other things to it because they have a lot of hooks, but you can actually add this really nasty thing in it. It's a foot pad with little, spikes in them.
Wait, what is the purpose of this loop?
It goes up on top once you
okay.
fully.
So it locks the zipper.
Yeah. Okay. So these are these nasty little foot pads that make it really hard to walk on when you're then bondaged in them, or move around if you're bondaged down.
They're really sharp.
So I really.
And these are one size fits all.
How much are they, pups?
240.
$240.
And then I have, in relation to the booty, a shoe gag by Leather by Danny, who is a leather maker. He makes all kinds of interesting impact toys and gags and things like that. And this was from DomCon. He had a little booth in DomCon. So it's actually just like a loop that looks more like a collar than anything else. And then you put a shoe inside of it, and you can kind of strap it to. You can tighten it, and then you strap it to somebody's face like this.
Ooh. For you shoe lovers and foot fetishes out there.
Yep. And you can put any shoe into it. And I think this was $60. And they come in red and black. 45?
45.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Even cheaper, 45.
Bargain. Yeah, and he's a maker, so he's an individual who is not
Could you use it as a collar?
I'm sure.
Why not?
Sure you could. Yeah.
I think
So
you
it's
could
always
like a. Yeah.
for me, it's nice to support people who are individual makers of things.
Also makes it go in the mouth.
Oh, and it also makes it go in your mouth, but I'm not going to show you that today.
Okay. Grab some other tools.
You can configure it however
grab
you
two
like.
of them.
Okay, thank you. And then, oh yeah. Okay. You go. We're taking
All right.
turns.
So one of my favorite toys that I got, and this was an inspiration from this couple, our really good friend, couple
Who
had.
recently had a book release called The Ultimate Guide to Bondage.
Which is also available.
Yes.
So
On Amazon and other places.
this,
What is that called?
so it's called the Pop Dildo
Oh.
by
Huh?
Simonette.
Simonette.
Simonette. I can make it a little French, huh?
Ah.
But it's called Pop. You want to know why? You're supposed to put a tube in it. Let's put your tube in. So this tube goes into here, and then you add a little. Come on. I'm stuck at the tip.
Oh.
It's too big.
Is that
it
as
just-
far as it goes?
No, it actually goes all the way through. But it's because it needs to. Oh, here it goes. Come out, my friend. There it goes. There.
Whoa. Well, that
So-
looks like a drinking straw now.
Well, you're supposed to like put this part into whatever item you want to suck up, and then there's it goes to the side here, so you can wear it. So,
But doesn't it look more realistic if this isn't poking out?
once you have to pull it through. So you put this part into whatever liquid. There's this little tube here that goes on the other end. You suck it and then you pull it through.
Oh yeah.
So
That
then
makes
there
sense.
will be a little tip here. So, but this is how you get what you need first.
You siphon that shit in there
Yeah.
into the bulb.
Yeah,
Right.
So you kind of do this. But unfortunately, this bulb is too small for what I need it for.
She likes a big load.
So I used a different injector that I can suction that was going to be a bigger load. But this thing was awesome. And I have a video of it being used on my OnlyFans. So feel free to sign up for that and you guys will actually see it in use. It was really funny because I like squished it like while Pups wasn't expecting it, and he just like got sprayed in his face, and it just made me laugh even more because it was just like, that's what you get. Like the surprise.
Don't
spray.
ever look into the sun. Okay, so I got another thing from DomCon because I really enjoyed the individual vendors that were selling things there, and it is a what is this thing called?
The Ninja.
The Ninja from
What is a good fluid to use?
Kinky Engineering.
P.
Marshmallow cream.
Other things.
It's probably too thick, right?
yeah. Other things I've collected from other people.
Coconut milk? Maybe?
Pups is on task to make a realistic but fake
Jizz.
jizz
Concoction.
Yeah.
So I got this thing from DomCon also. It's from Kinky Engineering, and it is a half mask that goes like this.
Oh, that's.
And the zippers lock into place. So it comes with little keys for the zippers, and the zippers go over the mouth. as well as in the back. And I know that it's kind of hard to see what this is, but it's a really tiny one, so it's perfect for female heads. Oh, speaking of stretching your urethra, I have
Can
something.
we get a
I have something to show you.
that? And
Thank you.
then can we also?
Stretching your urethra is not a bad idea if you do it safely. And if you don't know how to do it safely, then you would want to
See a professional.
see a professional or do lots of research before you actually start doing it. One of the ways that you can do it is with a sounds, and these guys are made out of silicone by ox balls, and they are easy to clean because you can just boil them in water. But this is one with like a kind of a twisty thing, and it has a nice thick handle so that you don't lose it. You don't want to lose it. And then this one is very similar, but it doesn't have the twisty texture.
How much was that?
I
Where
believe
did
these
you
were
get
like $30 together, and it was from Please, which is a local Brooklyn sex shop and education center that we actually teach BDSM 101 at.
How much was the pop?
140.
The pop squirting dildo was $140.
So, huh?
150.
And then this mask, this half mask thing was $150, but I got it on sale because it's a sample and it's really tiny. See, it fits me perfectly. Okay.
So, another gift guide, kinky gift guide is actually
Yeah, we are professionals at this. That's
interesting. Is actually these little things here. So I don't know if you guys, for those out there, you can see those up there.
Yep.
All right, so these here are actually jewelry, like jewel little picker-uppers. There's actually not a name for it. I actually saw it because a friend of mine who makes jewelry had a video of him like picking up some jewels, and of course my kinky mind went, I need those. I want to use that on people's nipples or other places. And so he was like, oh yeah, there's not really a name for it, but it's like a jewelry, a jewel picker. And so I got 2 of them so that I can put it on people's nipples. And this is also like, these were really cheap. They were like maybe $7, $8. So keep in mind when you're doing kinky gifts, sometimes they're not what the item was intended for, and that's the best thing.
I thought those were called talons.
The actual nipple clamp ones are called talents, but
Okay.
the actual tool
Right.
to be used to pick up jewelry, there's not really a name for it.
Okay.
Because I was
like a gem grabber.
yeah,
type of
they
thing.
just call it like a gem
Okay.
grab. So these I liked more because I had the nipple talon ones. Those only have 4 prongs, and this one has 5. And I like them because they're longer, so that I can.
And they're not connected.
They're
so-
not connected, and they were also both of them together were just cheaper. So
They don't lock on.
They don't.
But they
Just
do
press.
lock on. They grab on. Like
Yeah,
they'll
once-
stay on once. Like if you There you go.
Even on my finger it hurts. Yeah, these are nasty.
Mm.
Perhaps you want us to do.
No.
So you can actually buy these. I think I got them on Amazon. They're really cheap.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So if you like, jewelry,
So what did you
grabber or something.
search? Jewelry grabber?
Yeah. I googled that first, and then I put it in Amazon, and then a few things started to come up. So they're really cheap.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay. So another thing that maybe some of you guys know about me is that I really like clowns. And I don't mean like clown memorabilia or clown pictures or clown objects. I like to make clowns. And so somebody got me a big bag of clown noses. And
Very useful.
very
kinky
useful.
gift.
Yeah. And so I can make a gaggle of clowns whenever I choose. And I just like all the different clown noses. Like this one has a string and a noise. And then these are the normal spongy ones. Do you want to wear one? Yeah. They stay on pretty well.
They're also quite festive if you think about it.
Oh yeah, they're like holly bells.
They're pretty, yeah.
Yeah, they stay put pretty well.
They're pretty good.
So that was one of my favorite gifts from Mookie.
And what does a bag of clown dust you think costs?
I bet it costs like $10 or less.
Like, I give $5.
$5.
Like $4.99.
Baggy clown noses. There were 12, but I think I maybe destroyed a few of them.
I was trying to see if I can like blow
Blow
it.
it off. It's on there pretty well,
Yeah,
right?
they're on there pretty well. All right. So these you were gifted 2 of them.
Yeah, because I think like somebody didn't quite understand how they work, and they thought that they came in a pair or that they needed to buy a pair, but this whole thing goes on the pair.
So this is a ball cuff.
And it's a cuff that goes around both the balls. Like
this.
I don't know how to illustrate it, but
Yeah, it will just go around the whole. But you put it around the balls, and actually, I've been able. For some people, I just put everything in there.
for some people, but not for everybody.
I just shove it all on there, climb it out, start dragging people around.
And the nice thing is having this little ring so you could attach some kind of leash or whatever.
Yeah, you can.
It's pretty secure, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there's anybody that it doesn't fit on. Oh, that at that case, in that point, you just put everything in there.
Yeah.
And then it has to fit.
Yeah, I've pretty much gotten what I needed in there. Drag them around, and it's great. Yeah, these balls. So we have 2 of these, which are awesome.
Yeah, because then we could drag a gaggle of clowns around by the balls. That's for you.
Okay.
Okay, so another one of my favorite things.
Were?
I believe those were like $20.
20.
Yeah. Maybe some of you guys know that I have a penchant for sharp things like knives, and this may not be like necessarily something that I would use in all of my sessions, but Lucy got me a set of throwing knives, and if I was so lucky to have somebody be my target so that I could practice throwing knives, that would make me so happy. So hopefully in 2019, that will be one of the offerings that I receive, is a target to practice throwing. They're really sharp, and they're really tiny, and there's 12 of them. So, yeah. I love me some knives.
And those weren't, I forget how much they were. I got them through a vintage knife dealer when I was in California. So, luckily. Oh, Big Baby G volunteers.
Wonderful. All right. I'm happy about that.
All right.
Yes.
That will be, see how that one goes.
May have to do quite a bit of aftercare.
One of, I got this as a gift as well. So this is going to be from Fetters, and this is a canvas hood. That's $110. And what I really love about it is this is the front. It's a canvas hood, so you don't actually, it doesn't seem like much until you actually put somebody's head in it and then tighten the back.
Yeah, I think I put that on somebody and they started to like suffer. I put it on backwards though.
Yeah, so this is where the nose, where the very limited breathing is, and it just has that like kidnap feel. Mm-hmm. And so it's constructed really well, and it actually doesn't, you don't realize that until you put it on someone, and it's really intense. So this is actually one of my favorite hoods right now that I've been playing with, just because it feels so.
I want to try it.
I thought we tried this on you, and you were like, I don't know if I like this. Remember?
No.
All right, so it's this way.
Oh, that's really tight.
Yeah. Right?
I mean, other than it being like a little tight around my neck, it was okay for.
Most people are like kind of freaked out
I
because it's so
sleep-
dark.
I sleep with my whole head under the covers. It's not that different.
But yeah, that's been a really nice hood.
Because there's like room around it so that it's not like stuck on your face, and it's actually, I don't know, it's a little bit calming to me.
Okay. Now,
Oh yeah.
are
So
these,
this is
what do we have left? Just that one? Bring that over here too. I think we're good.
this is one of my favorite Tease and Denial toys. It is a double-ended dildo gag. So while somebody's wearing this, they also have the possibility of being very close to something that may come onto this thing. And the reason that I call it my Tease and Denial gag is because you're being teased and completely denied any sort of pleasure while you're wearing this. And it's, you know, it's really well made. And you can probably just imagine what happens.
I'll let you
We'll let you use your imagination.
puncture a clown with that. I got this gift as my Christmas present from Pups, and I really love this thing right now. We tried it the other day, and so this is from Fetters as well. Oh no, this is from Mr. S. Leather. I'm sorry. This is Mr. S. Leather. Is that 200 or 290?
290.
290.
And it's made by Fetters, but they don't sell it on their website.
Oh, Fetters doesn't sell it on their website. So it's a Fetters strap face cage leather, but they don't sell it there, and you get it on Mr. S Leather. So I love this thing. And you said you wanted to try it.
I want to try it.
Okay. So it comes with like, what's cool is like padded eye.
Oh, that's so nice.
But then it also comes with a cover just for the mouth or a little gag. So you can do that too. And then, all right, let's see if we can. Okay. Now you need to turn around. Okay.
Ooh, it smells so leathery.
Okay. And then I'm gonna see, it's so different when you put it on people with hair.
Oh yeah, hair gets in the way, huh?
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna do it tight, obviously. Okay. I'm just gonna see. Interesting.
Oh, it's tight.
That's tight. Sorry. So used to putting things on tight. Okay. So there's that part. We're not done yet. There's all these straps.
This is so cool looking.
So I'm gonna do that. That's the thing, is this thing has like lots of straps. I think it. All right. I'm not gonna make it.
You're good. We're good.
We have 4 more straps, and then maybe a little adjusting. We can't have it too loose.
No.
How are things going in there?
It's good. Okay. There might be a little bit of lipstick and stuff on it.
That's okay.
Oh.
I have to-
I feel like my eyes are getting pulled to the sides of my head.
All right, and then these can actually go more too if needed. Let's see.
Well, this is snug.
Or, well, it could be snugger, but...
You can't even see my eyes! It's like squished. Okay, there.
Definitely made for, like, a male head.
A male head.
How does it feel? It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's kind of like squishing my lips and everything, but that's okay. My eyes.
How does it feel in it?
I think my face is too small.
Yeah, your face is too small, but, you know, you get the idea.
Well, I'm gonna push my lips out.
Do that. Alright, how does it feel?
Go out of the park with that on. Okay.
Alright, how does that feel? I'm just gonna press
It feels great.
I'm just gonna put one of the buttons. Okay. That.
Whoa. My eyes are like forced shut. I can't even open them.
It's so cool. There's so many things.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
That's really neat. I love that it smells like leather. Wow.
It looks really awesome on you.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can put it on a small head, right? Like, it fits a small head.
It reminds me of Pinhead from Hellraiser movies.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally.
I totally see that.
Are you ready to
I
go
don't see anything, but yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take you out this way.
Okay.
I bet I could, we could take it out just from one side. Pups can clean off the lipstick.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to.
Let's see. Can you...
Oh.
Here, Pups.
That was fun.
You wanted to see how... Didn't mess anything up.
No.
Very good.
Yeah, I bet it would fit your big head. I
There's
bet
a
we
lot
could get
of straps that open up.
Yeah, that was
I had
really
to tighten like all of it for you.
cool. Was it like on the smallest setting?
No, but it was pretty close. It was on the smallest on some of them. So I guess we'll just have to see whose head can fit in there.
I bet we could get some big heads in there.
Mm-hmm.
So last thing, right,
Yeah, I think this is our last.
is this dolly gag, and I think it's from Purple Passion, but I'm not really sure like what it's formally called. It has kind of like a blow up mouth. Do you know what this is called?
Lips gag.
Lips gag. And according to Pups, it's really good for feeding.
Come here, Pups. Sit right here in this little area. Don't move anything.
So this part goes between the lips and the gums.
All right, get closer. All right, there you go.
And we're gonna put it on you. There we go. Got it? Is it in? Yeah. Look at those teeth. Wait. So can you actually close your lips at all? Look at that pretty mouth. Look at how pretty. Look at all those teeth.
I know.
I like how it pushes the nose up too.
I know. And then if you just we just do the nose hook on it.
Oh yeah.
How does it? It's your favorite gag, huh, Pups?
Tell us why it's your favorite gag. My dentist has one. Oh, that reminds me. You have those like those mouth spreader things too.
Yeah. Why do you like this one the most?
It's degrading and you can spit into it.
And what?
Spit.
Sweat.
Spit.
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 Ah.
Spit into it.
Yeah.
But it's
great.
Look at eyes.
Like you can see his brain.
I know, we put the nose hook.
Oh, totally.
Everything
Let's
else.
get the nose hook. I love that thing.
We're shaking. We're shaking things. Let's put your head up. Yeah. You can see it. Look at all these little gift gags.
Adelia.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
I love it.
You look
Happy
so
holidays,
demented.
everybody.
So we assume nobody has any questions for us as we end our highlights, 2018 highlights, as well as our little gift gags. Hopefully,
Kinky gift guide.
hopefully you all enjoyed, and maybe we'll be picking up one of those gifts for your own personal use. But if not, and you want to try them out, you know where to find us. And anything else? Yeah, before we
No, we just hope that you guys have a really great set of holidays and enjoy being together with your family and your loved ones, and that we will definitely look forward to seeing you guys next year.
Yes, so happy holidays. If you all want to get a little view into our travels, I think both of us will be posting a lot of it on OnlyFans. So you can look at our Twitters or our websites and get connected on our OnlyFans for exclusive photos and videos, because we will be spending part of our holiday together. So our New Year's will be together. And we'll actually be in Bali and kind of meeting up with some other doms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So.
Yeah. Definitely.
But happy holidays, everyone, and we look forward to you all joining us next year, where we'll, of course, be having more amazing interviews, doing more demos, and covering more topics around, kink, BDSM, alternative sexuality,
And spirituality.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.